Hey you guys, I'm Lisa from theScore eSports, and I'm here with Origen's xPeke. And so I wanted to ask you, Origin got kicked out after day one of Group A of IEM. And so before coming into this tournament, what were your expectations for the team?
Well, we knew we had a really not the strongest level, even though we were getting better every time. Coming into this tournament, we were not sure how it was going to be because from previous weeks, we still had mistakes that we knew top teams will be able to punish. And even though we didn't know the exact level of Chinese team and American teams, we knew that if they were as strong as the top team in Euros, we would have a hard time. So it's not like losing was too unexpected, but losing to TSM on the last game that we threw was a bit hard to take because we should have actually won the series at that point. And yeah, it was pretty tough to lose like that, but it's kind of what we expected with the level we had.
I guess it didn't help that I think you guys are currently 6th place in the EU LCS standings right now. How did that standing affect your confidence going into the tournament?
Yeah, I think it affects it a lot. Even though we're going like 1-1 every week, we're always losing against the top teams, and it's always the same thing. Like we're missing these small things because we're playing good and then we make a stupid mistake and a mistake that makes no sense. And I think, like you said, being 6th place, it gets in your head a bit, and you are coming to this tournament with the best teams, and you are like, damn, we're probably gonna do these small mistakes again, and that's really bad for the mentality, I feel, because then you play even worse if you are scared of making that.
Mm-hmm. So coming into this tournament, how involved were you with the prep, the pick and bans, the strategies?
Not as much as I would have liked to for this one. We have our head analyst at the house, and he was helping them with everything in-game and picks. For me, I was just there kind of more of a moral support. Like, I will help them in discussions. I will try to give my opinion as a 6th player pretty much, and that's how it went. But it came, I feel like pretty much it just came down to maybe needing more practice because we knew we had good strategy, we had good picks most of the games, and it just came down to mistakes of not knowing what to do at some point in the game.
So after day one, did you guys have a chance to kind of go back and review?
No, because we played everything on day one, and we had like no break pretty much. Like, we played our first game, then we had like 1 hour break, so we discussed a bit the game, we prepared the next game, and then we went right on it. So we had to play the best of 3 all right after. So we didn't have any time to prepare, but like I said, I don't think it will have affected us much because I still feel like our pick and ban was really good, and our early games were really good every game. So.
Okay, speaking of pick and bans, I think in the first, it might have been the best of 3. I'm sorry, it's been a while, but Sven was on Kog'Maw at one point, and I found that interesting because I think in the EU LCS he's only played it once. So perhaps were you guys baited into picking something that he wasn't as familiar with? Because I remember the pick and bans, there were no 80 carries banned either. So what went into him picking Kog'Maw in that series?
I'm trying to remember as well. Like you said, there have been many games. I think it was the first game actually, not on the best of 3. The thing is, we know Kog'Maw is pretty strong, and I can't remember why it was the decision of taking him. The problem we had in there is that we made a bad comp because we had like full tanks and peel, and then we had a Kog'Maw that need to scales until really late game. So more than the Kog'Maw not being confident on Kog'Maw, I think it was just not a good pick for the comp. And I guess we maybe got kind of baited into it because coming into this tournament, all you can see is how much the other teams play stuff on stage. So you put a priority thinking maybe they care about it, so you just pick it, and the first games you take a risk sometimes because you don't really know what they care about and what they don't.
So perhaps coming out, you had some time to kind of think about it. What do you think is the takeaway lesson that Origin can take home with them?
For me, I just feel like we played really good when we understood the game really good, and it came down always to mistakes of someone being lost or being too much on a hurry on trying to pass things, or just someone being out of position and getting caught. So I feel like it's something that is really easily fixable because it's just about practicing more and being more aware of these mistakes. As long as we had the team game and the team play on the way we have it right now, I think we're going to be fine.
So after a bunch of hard games, how does the team kind of unwind, or kind of, they're frustrated, I'm assuming, after such a hard series. How does the team try to get rid of that frustration?
I think it's just the best way is to make something out of the frustration, right? When you're mad, just try to motivate yourself to do better, because especially watching these games, you're like, we know we can do better than this. So it's not a frustration of we couldn't do anything, they were 10 times better, we couldn't do anything, then you can get mad. But I feel like this is really simple and easy. Just put more hours, think more about the game, and I think that's it pretty much. So you just have to have a positive mentality.
And so the outcome of this tournament for Origen, does that change anything for you guys? You know, going back, will you guys do any changes to maybe the training, the mentality? What kind of changes you guys will make after this?
Well, I don't think we'll make many changes. I just think it's more related also to getting to the end of the LCS and playoffs coming soon. For playoffs, there was the goal since the beginning that for playoffs train a lot more, put more practice in. So I think since we're at week 7 now, in the next coming weeks we're probably going to start adding a bit more practice and trying to prepare as much as we can for playoffs, yeah. So this tournament also helps on motivating towards that.
Actually, in a previous interview that you did with theScore eSports, you mentioned how there is a possibility you might step in for maybe a game during playoffs, but there's even a higher possibility for summer. Mm-hmm. So is that still the plan for you?
Yeah, for playoffs, like I said, I'm not sure. Maybe yes, maybe not. But for summer split, I would really like to play. So I hope I can get my level back in time for that, yeah.
And finally, now that you guys are done with the games, what will Origen be doing in Poland? Is there anything you guys want to do while you're here?
Oof, not sure because we haven't really. It's weird. It's not like Poland, and at least Katowice is like a city that has many things to see. So, yeah. Or at least that we know of. So we probably just walk around, watch the finals here. We like the game the most. So probably we will enjoy watching the finals at the stadium still.